Welcome to the Wasteland News Network. Fair warning, this episode takes place inside the public test server and does contain story spoilers. Now, I've had the chance to run the Pitt twice already, the new mission called Union DUES, and I did it solo. And to begin the mission, or any of the expeditions, it all begins at the White Spring Refuge, which people have been a little upset about. I kind of agree. I wish that the log cabin kind of walls would be changed out to something, say, glass, very opaque and everything. This is a still image. When you first start expeditions at the White Spring, you'll be going through a couple of daily quests to charge your ultrasight battery so you can use the vertibird to take you on any of the expeditions. Right now we have the Pitt, and in the Pitt there are 2 missions. We have access to one of those missions. Now, these daily refuge dailies that say code blue, mutual aid, recipe for success, those will actually take you no more than 30 minutes. Talk to Rucker. Basically, they will send you somewhere to find some medical documents, whether it's the AVR Medical Center or Arctos Pharma or those kinds of places. Mutual aid, basically, they take about 50 steel or 50 wood, and there's a actual stash box in the White Springs Refuge, so you can access, or your scrap box, to hand her those supplies. Recipe for success, both of these last 2 are really kind of trivial, and they're done very quickly. And then next thing you know, you can go ahead and join your expedition. Now, you'll be able to toggle left and right through a variety of locations and a variety of expeditions. And like I was mentioning, it is very much like an expanded daily op. So no camping. Like I said, you got access to stash boxes and things. So right now we have access to Union DUES. This is the only one so far. Later on, they will open us up to this one. And it is From Ashes to Fire, where you break into the sanctum of former Union safe house turned into a nightmare. So that's the second expedition. We'll have access to that. It's in a district called the Trench. The first one will be in the Foundry. So let's get on the vertibird and get out there. So anywhere on the map, all you have to do is access your map, and there'll be an icon. You can see it there. It's kind of round. I'm having to trace it up the thing. They're going to fix it and put it into the World Activity menu. So here you can see that you have your ultrasight battery charge at 100%, and go ahead and start a new expedition. And that's going to bring up a quick load screen with some cool music. All right. And there's my character on level 1. Wow, that was a little while ago. I'm level 66, doing this solo. The first run, I was using a 50 cal with faster fire rate. And I also brought the auto axe with me and the suit of Union power armor. My character is not fully decked out. But it'll give you an idea as a solo player with basic weapons on one pass-through. On the second pass-through, I used an explosive laser just to kind of clear out the area and go help find some lore. So here we go. This is Union DUES. And you're basically kind of standing up here, waiting. You can't walk around. You're kind of staying in one place, so the leader gets to talk on the intercom. There it is.
This thing on? Hey, I'm Hex, leader of the Local 42, a Union cell in the area. Skippy said that you're coming to help. Maybe with you here we can finally pull off a raid on the Fanatics occupying our Foundry. Though first, well, meet me on the ground and I'll fill you in.
We'll be arriving at the Pitt in a moment. There is no map as yet. When you call up your Pip-Boy map, it's kind of all grayed out, so that will happen, I assume, in the future. There was also no way to toggle on and off any of your objectives, so sometimes you didn't know what they were for. Some were for finding ingots, some were for continuing with the main mission. Every time you do this mission, I think there's a variety. I fell off the edge. I think there was at least 9 different objectives you can do to complete Union DUES. I did 2 different ones. I actually preferred the second one. That was a lot more fun. The first one was just blowing up these containers. There's a look at your vertibird. and a quick look here at the pit. I know I did a little bit of this in the first video, but this is going to delve a little bit deeper into this entire mission. And here's a quick look at what the map currently looks like. Again, I don't know if we're going to get one or not. Everything's grayed out. You can travel back to the, you know, Appalachia and everything, but there is not an actual pit map yet. We're in the industrial area. For further missions, you'll be going, you saw the trench, and from this area, it will branch off to where the Union is holed up, and that is at the pen, and then there's a load screen to go into the Foundry, and then I haven't found it yet. It may not even be in this actual location, but to get into the mill. So right now we have to eliminate a few of these Fanatics, and they are kind of a raider group. So I'm just running around with the auto axe. Currently it is auto craftable in the weapons bench, hoping for a new sound that does not sound like the chainsaw. This thing needs something special and different and something very unique. It also tends to run on, so I'll try to keep the sound low. I apologize. This is the PTS, so there are things that they are still tweaking and working on. Otherwise, the whole 2 missions that I ran actually were pretty good. I didn't have any major glitches. There are some areas in the industrial area. There's a Fanatic Crusher. A lot of robots. A lot of guys in power armor. I did okay. You can see my health goes down here. I don't have any fancy armor. I don't have any real perk card set up except Commando. But I thought I'd give this... there I go down. Yeah, so this will be heavily edited. So right now you have to kill a number of Fanatics and meet up with Hex, who is just at the bottom of this pipe. She was down there wounded on the ground. So we can eliminate these guys. Just trying to see how this whole thing is going to work out. So let's skip ahead a little bit. So all of the Fanatics have been eliminated, and now I can go speak to Hex at the pen. This is like a small little area. There's in case you guys need it. I did end up buying a couple of stim packs, maybe. Yes, I think I bought like 10 or 12 of them. Yeah, so there is a little vending machine here. Just bought those. I have a feeling I'm going to need them. Actually, a little further in, the more you kill, I ended up getting quite a few stim packs and ammo related to the weapon that I had equipped. So I had a huge amount of 50 cal cells and fusion cells that I needed, and stim packs drop pretty regularly. So I just have to go back towards... Just gotta kill that roach. Just head back to the pen entrance. It's actually I'm just taking a little look around here. It's this area here is not behind, is in front of the Foundry, because the Foundry is its own instance. There's just a few Fanatics kind of running around here. Like I mentioned, the Raiders. Most of them are just basic Raiders. A lot were in power armor, and they had a lot of Protectrons with them. So it was pretty heavy. I thought, I am a little bit lost in here. No. That's right. Come back out here and swing to the right. Always the first time when you play one of these, you're always getting lost. Okay, and then it just becomes second habit. You start to find things like buses and that fire truck. There's the entrance right there.
Guards, let him through.
How are we ever gonna clean up this mess? How you holding up? Another day, another rad storm.
Okay, this is the pen. And this is the main area for the Union. Just go on in there. They're occupying the first couple of floors of that, the lower level of that building there. That's where you'll find, there's your power armor stations. And you can head inside, up to the right. I'm just having a slow look around. There's some bits of food down here. Nothing much.
Back to work, Wick. No more
and then head
around.
back up the stairs to meet Hex and the other fella for your little optional quests. Again, you'll have a main quest and 2 optional quests. To get the majority of your stamps, which is the new currency, you must do the optional quests. One is for ingots, and it's usually also getting a stash of supplies, so there are 2 of them. And you're going to get, like I said, lots of pips everywhere. I'm just having a look around. That person's having a bad coughing day. All right, here we go. Up the stairs here. This is your full complement of workbenches and a stash box. Not a scrap box nearby. Not here. There's your first 2 benches, and behind me should be the weapons bench. And Hex is just down here on the right. So let's check in with her.
Keep it moving. If you're not helping, you're in the way. I'll admit, I had my doubts about getting outside help. But you really showed up out there. Makes me feel better about sending you inside the Foundry. The place is crawling with fanatics. It's like a pest infestation, but worse. Pests don't kidnap our people. The Foundry was what it sounds like, a metal foundry. Before the war, it made steel products. After the war, it became a Union base, the home of the local 42. That is, until Bloody Thursday, when we lost it to the Fanatics. Now it's a Fanatic base, a fortress they're using to wipe us out, bit by bit. The pen? It's a Union base. A temporary one, at least. By now, the Fanatics hold most of the better secured areas in the Pit. You and I do our jobs well, then someday we can move next door, into the Foundry. Don't let us down, yeah? They're rounding up anyone who can't defend themselves, forcing them to do manual labor. If I had it my way, I'd give them all a molten hot taste of their own... Sorry, I didn't mean to get carried away. Thought you'd never ask. We have people on the inside telling us the Fanatics are planning something big. If we can steal their detailed plans, that will be a big help in the coming fight. Get inside, find their safes, crack them open, and snatch those plans for me. Thanks for doing this for us. Your raid will give us some time to collect ourselves, get back on our feet. Before you head out, you might want to talk to our guy Wicker. Heard he needed help with some things that he can't see to himself. Watch yourself in there. We'll hold the fort and make sure no surprises head your way. Good luck.
Okay, so you can double back here and talk to Wicker about the optional missions. Hello, Wicker. There we go. It's been one of those days.
Hey, name's Wicker. You look like a new face to me. What can I do for you, new face?
You might need some help with something.
If you're up for it. I could always use more pure cast steel ingots.
Okay.
We've also had a supply cache stolen by the Fanatics. Taking that back would be huge.
Okay, find the ingots and recover the supplies.
This here is the Steel City. Or, used to be, anyway. Steel is one thing that's everywhere. But we're racing the Fanatics to get our hands on the good stuff. See, pure cast pre-war steel with no impurities is worth its weight in gold to us. And it's just lying around out there waiting to be picked up. Bring me some of that steel, and you'll have my gratitude. And the rest of the Unions. The Fanatics are always looking for ways to make our lives hell. Stealing our stuff is a favorite tactic. They have control over most of the city now, so none of our caravans or storehouses are truly safe. That means we lose supplies to their daily raids all the time. One of our storehouses got hit recently. We know the raiders are keeping what they stole inside the Foundry, but we don't have the means to recover them. If you could get those supplies back for us, it would mean a lot. It'll keep us alive another day. Thank you. Sincerely.
And there you see the 2 optional missions come up too. And they give you, like I said, the extra stamp reward. And now we can make our way into the Foundry. It's not too far from here. I'm not going to show you everything. It's behind this crashed vertibird. You'll see this kind of tunnel here, train tunnel. And that will be your load screen for the next area, the Foundry. Like I said, we can expect another one for the mill and the other one that I forget. Here we go. The Foundry.
We have people on the inside telling us the Fanatics are planning something big. If we can steal their detailed plans, that will be a big help in the coming battles. Take a look for safes, crack them open, and snatch those plans for me.
And our objective just updated. We have to find 3 locked safes. Just going to make sure I actually have some bobby pins. Yes. And make sure I have my lock-picking perk cards enabled. Also great if you have a teammate or yourself has the legendary perk card Master Infiltrator. That's auto-unlocking stuff. It didn't take long. I just really suck at lock-picking and just don't do it very often. So we have all 3 in. What rads is still in? I'm getting plus 300 rad resistance. And we are ready to go find us some safes to crack. I'm not going to show you everything in here, but sometimes they're a little bit sneaky as to where they hide these safes. So let's take a quick look around inside the Foundry. And here you can see one of the safes. I walked past it quite a few times. I was inside the objective area. That really, really helps. When you know you're within the area and the boundaries, I just didn't think to look up on the little shelf there to find the safe. So that's it. You look on your compass for a circle, and then you get to that area as close as you can. I'll show you again in a moment after this first safe. So my lock-picking skills, and somebody was asking, they are skill 0, which means you do not need your lock-picking perk cards at all for this, because they're all skill 0 locks. So if you're a new player and you don't have your perk cards for lock-picking yet, no need to worry, just bring plenty of bobby pins. Come on. Okay, there we go. Fanatic battle plans. So we need to find 2 more of those.
The Fanatics have no idea how to really work the Foundry. Instead of steel, they're pumping out chemical weapons from a makeshift lab in the hopper room. We need to melt down what they've already got and make sure they can't produce any more. Even if they do manage to keep the Foundry today, halting production would strike a huge blow. Get in there and find a way to wreck that equipment. I'll radio with more instructions.
So after you find and unlock the 3 safes, you're given 3 more tasks to do, and that varies between how many times you play the mission. This time I get to gather chemical contaminants, a sealing agent, and an unstable mixture, and then I put those into a bunch of hoppers and stuff. But let's find, I'm within the objective area here, but since this is the first time playing through, I have no idea what I'm looking for. So this is actually a good one. The one where you blow up the canisters, it's very, very straightforward, but finding contaminants and sealing agent and unstable mixtures, I had no idea what I was looking for. This will give you a bit of a hint. The guys in the chemical suits, the chemical hazmat suits, have the ingredient, one of them, on them. Okay, and you just missed one there for a flash of a second. That orange container just off to my right. I'll show it to you again in a moment, but I want to show you just clean up this area a little bit. I really enjoyed this playthrough because it was completely new. It wasn't just find it and shoot it. You had to figure out what they looked like. And I just ran over some ingots. I'll get back to that later. Okay. So right now, let me just clean out this area a little bit, and we'll start looking for the ingredients. And here we go. It was on the Fanatic Chemist in a hazmat suit. This area gets pretty crazy. Okay, so I know there are more around. Oh, he's in pieces. There we go. Unstable mixture. So we have 2 of those. So gather unstable mixtures from Fanatic Chemists. There we go. I think this will take us up to at least 3. There we go. And again, look for your inside objective area on your compass. Okay, this actually comes into play a little later. That's actually one of the areas you need to place your items. Here's what the chemical contaminants look like, a little orange cylindrical container. There we go. And back to hunting those down. There's another one. At least they're not small. And here is one of the sealing agents. It's a little square box. It's easy. Looks like everything else. Okay. Let me get a little light on here to show you what this looks like. Chemical storage crates. That's what you're looking for. Okay, let's skip ahead to the end, and I'll show you where you need to go after you gather all of these ingredients. And it turns out I wasn't too far off. It was the striped pipe there. Let me just get a little bit. You have to be pretty close. There, the testing vat. This is where you add the unstable mixtures. There's only the one location. Just gave you a little bit of a look there as to where it is. It's up in like an area with a lot of chem benches. All the other areas look completely different. So this one is in an area where there's a lot of chem benches. So now I have to find a chemical weapons stockpile and a distribution station. So there are a lot of valves around, so I figured it was probably one of those. Like I said, when something is really new like this, I really like it. It's not just see it, shoot it, blow it up. It's like you have to look for something completely different. So I tried this chemical control room probably for another quest. That one didn't work. There's more of that sealing agent. So a stockpile. Oops, didn't want that. Try this one. Ah, there we go. Distribution station. So adding the sealing agent. That's all sabotaged. Only one more. Okay. Find the chemical weapons stockpile. Nothing there. Also, a reminder that none of these are timed. You can take your time exploring these areas. The Foundry is a pretty vast area divided in probably about 3 different sections. The VAT section, the conveyor section, and this chem lab. So it's pretty big. So I went looking for lore. I found 2 terminals that had a little bit of backstory pre-war on the Union, so I'll be doing a separate video on that. And there we go, the chemical weapons stockpile. Add our chemical contaminant.
The Foundry Fanatics won't mess with us again anytime soon. You're a hero, pal. You bought us the time we need to regroup and live another day. Head on back to the pen for a debrief, but don't let your guard down. Never let your guard down. Hey, just wanted to... What the hell is that? You better get back here. Fast!
Okay, it looks like it's time to meet the Trogs. So let's get back to the pen and battle us some Trogs. So on this run through, I'm using a faster fire rate 50 cal. I really have no build besides commando. I don't have any heavy weapon perks. So it's using like, I don't know, about 100 bullets. So I use this and a bit of the auto axe. I'm going to let it play through for a little bit. They throw a lot of poison at you. So having funky duds on the legendary perks would be very, very useful for battling any of the Trogs.
Fugitive is attempting to evade
And you get lots of ammo in return. Yep, they're actually throwing this crap at you. Okay, I'm going to switch up to the auto axe. It was pretty awesome, actually. I enjoy it. That is the boss at the end, the Trog Devourer. See what I mean about all the poison. There's a bit of a glitch in the sound. My apologies, it is the PTS, so we have to kind of bear with this until it gets fixed. He does have a stun very similar to Earl. Oops, sorry, Hex. Just like that. Okay, it's finally idling. I can't see anything. There it is. I got him. Okay, speak to Hex. But first, let's see what they had on them. I think there was an award of a legendary. I can't remember. Might be. Anyway, let's talk to Hex real quick. I can't get enough of that thing. Alright. Wait. Let me just unequip it. Maybe that'll kill... There. Finally killed the sound. Okay, let's talk to Hex. Wrap this up.
We were taken by surprise. Damn it. This wasn't the victory toast I imagined. We lost some good people to those things. Look, I hope you don't feel responsible. This happened on my watch. It's on me. I suppose you're leaving now, aren't you? Right. Hey, you did a lot for us today. Your raid on the Foundry saved us big time. The Fanatics would have hit us soon in the worst way. But you bought us some time to regroup. Someday we'll have the muscle to retake our home. I really believe that. Maybe you'll even be there to see it. Until then, we'll keep fighting. And we'll always welcome your help. Fly safe. You still here?
Okay, here's my route to depart. I've got about 50 feet in front of me when that pit pops up on my right. Unless you get into the area, you won't find the steel ingots unless you literally trip over them. So I'm going to go check out in here about 6 feet right there on the counter. That pile of 3 counts as 1. So I'm going to go around this industrial area. The pen is behind me. Your return takeoff with the vertibird was straight ahead. So I'm just going to walk this area. There were the other ones you can find inside the Foundry. So it's best to choose these optional quests before you go in there, because you will just trip over them, or you'll get the little pip telling you which way to go. So I am guessing that they are nicely hidden. I just see it up there next to the skeleton. There's another one. So I only have 1 more to find, and I will get the bonus. Actually, I won't get the full bonus because I noticed later on that I did not help defend the people in the pen very much. Somebody went down. So yeah, I won't get the extra stamps for that. But these 2, yes, you definitely want the optional quests. Let's find that last one. That might be my exit pip. Let's take a look. Straight ahead here, right inside the car. And we have completed that optional quest. Now it's time to get to Lennox and head back to Appalachia. I enjoyed it. If people are expecting something big, like a large map, we have yet to see the full size of the map, and the other areas like I've mentioned, the mill and the trench. Let me just hand these in to the Wicker Man.
Hey.
Sorry, had to.
What can I do for you?
Okay, here are the ingots.
You didn't have to go through with this after...
I need the stamps. I need the stamps. Don't want to ask any questions. Nope, don't click on that. Let's just get that done, and we can zip
Thanks
down
again.
these stairs
I'll put this steel to good use.
and up the hill. Go back through the exit from the pen. I love landmarks. It makes navigating so much easier. This will become secondhand as you play through. This is only after 2 runs. Up the pipe and back into the vertibird. There we go. Just a little bit of an establishing shot there and help to get out of here. And let's see what our rewards are.
You ready to get airborne?
You bet. Take me home.
And you can tell me all about it when we get back. Hop in and I'll fire her up.
And we got 7 stamps for that. 7 stamps. So there we go. Primary done. Collected the ingots. Retrieved the stolen supplies. It did not show that on tape, but I did not protect all the Union fighters. So maybe 3 more for doing that. but 7 stamps is a start. You cash your stamps in at the White Spring Refuge vendor. His name is Giuseppe, and it's at Giuseppe's Curios. So thanks so very much for watching. This was a combination of 2 run-throughs in the pit on the first mission. And as soon as Fire to Ashes, the next mission, is available, I'll be doing a video on that also. So again, thanks so very much for watching, and I'll see you out in the pit.